The one thing I want you to know is that you have never loved a woman and a woman has never loved you. All your breakups was about your mourning about and being all sad about the breakup. It was about that void that you had to face again that never left. It was just covered up. It was never about anything. It was just covered up. You found a woman, the woman found a man that they could use to forget about the void, the emptiness, but it was always there. And that's why I remember when I used to break up with girls, I had to have another girl waiting in the wing. I couldn't break up on my own. What the? And and I would get in my car and drive up and down Pacifico Highway all the way down to Santa Barbara in California and back. On a beautiful day like that, the day would be perfect. And I would have the music on, sitting by the dock of the bay, watching the time go away. And I'll be boo-hooing. And I would have a head full of memories of what it used to be like. Oh, I remember she used to come over, and in my head I'm thinking all this stuff. She would come over and make me dinner or this, and she would clean the house, stuff I remember. Or I used to have her come over to my job because she was so fine. I would walk her up all up and down all the hallways so all the guys can see where I was. But those were just memories, but at the time I thought they were love. I thought I was in love. I didn't know I was in memories. It was just thoughts. And I would feel that emptiness because now she's gone and feel like you lose life. You feel like you lose your life when a woman is gone. Same way for the ladies, right? So I thought I was in love and driving up and down that stupid freeway, singing Top of the Bay, and feeling that emptiness. I thought I was in love. I didn't know it was just all ego. She had covered up the pain with false love. And I had covered up her pain with false love. Had I known, well, I don't know what I was done, but it would have been nice to know that it was all fake. And all I had about her was memories. And those memories were not love. They were never love. It was just memory, it was just thoughts. Isn't that amazing? It was just thoughts about her. I was still empty. And only God can fulfill that, but you got to feel it. You got to go through it and not use anyone. No one ever said to me, Jesse, you know what? You driving up and down this freeway looking silly. On a Sunday morning, driving your car, singing music, you have just replaced, you still covered up the void with a woman. It wasn't drugs, it wasn't alcohol, it was a person. And you call it love because she was nice to you, you were nice to her. It felt good. But feeling good ain't good. And now all you're thinking about is the memories of that. What am I going to do tonight that she's not going to be there? It was just a thought. It was just a memory of good times. But I was still in hell because I thought I had love. Every human being has the same thing. Every breakup is about that. But I'm telling you, if you die from the ego, you will have real love. And when you come together, as man and woman come together, it will be perfect. It won't be that emptiness. It won't be a need from her or a need from him. And it will be perfect. And you will have a marriage that will last until death do you part. But if it doesn't, you'll find too. Okay. You won't be missing it at all. She won't miss you and you won't miss her. There will be no fighting, no nothing. But you got to die. You got to die. We're using one another, don't even know it. We're giving it names. We'll call it a love. We'll call it fulfilled loneliness. We'll call it, oh, I'm a good person because I do this and I do that. Or I'm a bad person because I do this or I do that. You're putting titles onto even demons. The big demon is the fear, and all the little demons is the rejections, it's the emotions, the good or the bad. Little demons. We're all possessed, and we must be born again so that God can take away the thoughts and the feelings. Last word, yes, sir. Did I see you? Did I see your hand? Oh, here.
I have a question.
Yes.
Will you ever know when the ego is completely dead, or?
I want to respond to that question this way. Don't think about it.
Okay.
Because if you think about it, Satan's going to put thoughts and he's going to fulfill the thought and you won't know. But if you don't think about it, take no thoughts for tomorrow. Don't take any thought about who will I be when the ego dies. Who will I be when it's gone? Because Satan will play on the thoughts, he'll make you think. So have a wait and see. But one thing I can tell you, God will not leave you blind. You'll be able to see.
Because I think I asked this last week, but it's going to be like a process, right? The ego is going to break down little by little. Or is it just all at once?
I understand what you mean by process, but forget about process. You just want to die. What I would encourage you to do, stay conscious, stay present, stay right here, right now, instead of in your head thinking about the past or the future. You want to practice staying present. You want to practice staying present. So when you find yourself thinking about the past or the future, come back to present. If you have to do it 1,000 times, come back to present. You want to practice being present instead of in your head thinking about the past or the future, and everything will be taken care of there. It will happen. So I understand what you mean by process. See that? No. But forget about the word process. You just want to practice being present, being conscious, one with the Father. All right? And it'll happen. It will happen. And it's going to be so amazing, too, because as you're present, it's mind-blowing what happens in the present. It really is. And it's just interesting to see evil having a fit in the present. Evil going to scream at you. He's going to say, you're lonely. You're by yourself. You ain't got no friends. You got no lover. Your wife gone. Your kids gone. You got no. Come back to me, it will say. But you won't be able to do it if you're present.
Yeah, I had a little experience this week going through that. I was doing like a little workout at home, and I was like warming up, and then I realized for a second that I was just there, like I wasn't thinking about anything or anything, and I just hunched over like one of those zombies. I just literally hunched over and I couldn't move, like I was just in pain. And
right on.
Like everything from sweat, tears, snot, it was just all leaking out, and I just couldn't move.
Nice.
And then I went from that position to like that thinking man position when you're like that. I went from that position to that position and stood there for a minute, and I was like, okay, what's happening? But I just let it happen.
Let it happen.
And I just want to know, like, that's part of that. Okay.
Let it happen, because it will come upon you. Sometimes, love you're present, but it will come upon you and you don't realize what's going on. You know something's happening. So when that happens, let it happen. Don't freak out. Don't run and be afraid. Even if you are afraid, stay with the fear. Stay with the fear. Just stay with it. Feel it. Experience it. Don't run from it. And it will be taken care of.
If I was welcoming it, is that something like an ego thing too, or is that something I should do?
What you welcome is the light.
Okay.
Most people don't believe in God. That's why they would never welcome the light to come in. They welcome hell. They welcome the darkness, but they will not welcome the light, and they're not ready for it. So what you're doing when you did nothing about it, you'll welcome the light to come in. That's what God wants. He wants you. He's not going to go into anybody's house unwelcome. You got to welcome it, and you welcome the light by laying your weapons down. Stop fighting with the spirit. Stop fighting with evil. Stop fighting with everybody. Don't fight with evil inside of you, and don't fight with it outside of you, inside of other people. Never argue with people. Don't try to prove anything with them or anything, because you're fighting with the devil, and that's what the devil wants. And the devil said, well, you don't fight, you're going to look bad. If you're going to fight, they're going to think you're weak, or all kinds of stuff. Don't fight. He's trying to pull you into a fight. Don't do it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do it. But yeah, you welcome the light when you don't fight. Lay your weapon down. Stop fighting. It's a spiritual battle. It's a warfare between good and evil. You got to give up the fight and let God fight your battle. The light fights your battle for you. And he will fight it for you, but you got to stay in the war of hell and let it fight and bring you out of it. Destroy the hell. You got to be lonely. So, right on.